Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk Thinking, right? Out here in my lab, I do what I do for you. 3 hours in the morning, it's 4:15. I'm right on time. I got a nice little lesson. I've been watching Ice Cube, Ice T, new channel, OG channel, bringing back all of my memories. And y'all seem to like that. I'm gonna do an OG lesson, but it ain't to glorify the OG. It's to tell you that ain't the way to be. So let me get this lesson for you right quick. That's right. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I'm glad you tuned in to receive it. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practiced daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them, don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht be true. Right thinkers, this is from P Funk Philosophy. Message from a retired OG who became a wise man, aka sage. So from drug dealer to wise man. That's a good switch. Let's talk about it. My favorite person did the same thing. You might know who that is. All right, let's go. Okay, I have to give my OG education. Y'all keep glorifying the drug game. Y'all keep glorifying the bad guy. Doing that, what is that? It's just another generation of what? Future bad guys. Future guys who are going to do the wrong thing because y'all make it look so good and they just have to have it. I'm a product of my environment, okay? I was raised to be a drug dealer. I was taught to be a hustler. Why? That's what my old man did. So I followed suit. Moving on. So becoming an OG meaning you survive that life. Okay? They doing a 50-year players ball. I gave one back in 1977 and 78. Okay? So yeah, I've been in the game a little while. Okay? And I played the game. Okay? Let's talk about that. This is a good lesson. Hope you can learn something. This ain't about glorifying my drug dealing days. I tell you about them to make a point, what not to do. All right, let's go. Okay, I have to give my OG that's education. My P used to stand for player. I used to wear shirts. Player. Yeah, I was a player. My motto was sworn to fun and loyal to none. So you already knew what I was about. It wasn't a secret. And everybody I dealt with knew just what was going on. When I got accident, got my legs cut back in, 94, I think, somewhere around there. But I had 9 women in my room. Every one of them came in, gave me a kiss. Every one of them I was sleeping with. And every one of them knew that. They knew each other. That's playing, okay? So I hear all these stories. No, I got these, I call them war stories. No, I got real stories. My stories ain't wars. My stories are real life story. I use it to make points, to teach, not to glorify, okay? So get that point understood. So if you know my old man, that guy right there, my OG who raised me from the tender age of 9, okay? Yeah, and by the time I was 11, okay, from the time I was 9, I was shooting dice, smoking weed, sniffing cocaine. Yeah, no joke. And by the time I was 11, I could pad roll 7 and down me a whole quarter wine, smoking me joint, all that at the age of 11. So I've been doing wrong a long time. I grew up in wrong. My life When I start out with that guy, he did everything under the radar. I still operate on the premise of under the radar. It's just a habit. All right. And I was what they call chip off the block. He would just see me doing my thing. He just smile. He was in his glory. Why? He's seeing his creation. Like I see my son playing basketball, I see my grandkids growing. I get off of that. He got off what seeing me do my thing. That's what he trained me to do. So yeah, I'm getting all that. But again, we lived a hell of a life. He told me we had a hell of a run. Yeah, but it didn't end good. Bad runs, illegal runs don't end well for nobody. Okay, just understand that. So that's why I retired. OG. I don't do the things I used to do. A lot of people, man, I don't do none of that. You don't, no, none of that. You can get no, you can don't care about the money. Man, you can, no. Moving on, okay. And again, being a chip off the old block, meaning I was a player, okay, supreme. I had to get mine all the time. I was taught one thing, get that money. I was a grinder, okay. I was chasing that money. All right, but I played the game, okay, for real. I was raised to be a hustler, aka a player of the game we call the streets. I love the streets. I love the streets. Okay, understand that. You can take me out of the street, but you can't take the street out of me. Okay. The streets was my playground. I ran them. Okay, I ran them. They didn't run me. I had a nice little setup, nice situation where I had access to drugs. Okay, and had access to get rid of them. They just called me Tarzan. They said, why? Because we give you all this weed, you turn it into cash. I was an alchemist a long time ago. I've been doing this a while. Okay. All right. But from the projects of Newark, Grafton Avenue to 18th Street, Avon Avenue, I had a corner on the market. I never forget my sister told me one night she got into a cab and gave him the address, said, 797 South 18th Street. The cabbie said, oh, they got some good drugs up in there. So everybody knew what I was doing for years. I'm talking years. Moving on, had my little store, had my little storefront. I put together a nice little crew. All right. And again, before I was 20, I had my own business, my own organization running, and I wasn't even legal to do nothing. Everything I had to do with my mom and my dad. I gave a bus ride to George Clinton Parliament Funkadelic show. I had 100 people on the bus. My mom and dad with the chaperone. Why? I was 20 years old. I wasn't even grown yet. All right. But I was running my own drug cartel or organization. Had a nice little crew. Okay. About 20 people, 25 people working. Male, female, kids, grown. I didn't care who it was. If you want to sell drugs, we can get in business. Why? I'm going to set you up. Okay. I had the product. Anybody who wanted work, I would set you up. All you had to do was pay your bill. I had workers. I ran and controlled the payroll. I made money. Everybody made money. We always eat. Everybody was eating in my neighborhood. Okay, except my little brother. He couldn't get on the bandwagon. My mother said, "Don't you involve my baby in that stuff." So I couldn't put him down. And to this day, he still got some problems with that. I said, "But dude, that wasn't me. That was mom. When Duke said don't do something, you don't do it." So moving on. All right, I sold everything from drugs, dreams, sex, futures. It didn't make a difference to me. I was a player. Whatever I could think I can get away with, I did. Okay, I say whatever I think you might want to buy. If I had it, you can get it. And remember, back then, I wasn't the OG. I was a young G. That's the young G. This is the OG. That's the OG. Okay, so yeah. And I'm playing. In my playing days, after I doing my thing and sharing, also shaping after I did my time. Okay, I shaped my mind and I earned the reputation with my hands on the streets. I hold my own. Simple as that. And they say that man, yeah, he hit the one. So I came home with a nice little reputation. But at that time, I'm out the game. When I came home from prison, I wasn't gaming no more. That party was over. That life ended when I walked out of prison. So I made that decision. A 5-year run, 3.5 year sit down, bad odds. Okay, so the drug game ain't for me. My son, college graduate, okay, and daughter. But I went from when I was starting to hustle, I was a hustler, supreme. Why? Making lots of money was my dream, and that's what I lived for. Just keep making that money, keep counting that cash. I went from a few $100s a day standing on the corner, diddy bopping, to that same corner, $10,000 a day. Had a nice little operation running. And my man was like, man, I said, slow down, relax. I got this. I was the boss. I ran the show. I did everything stem to stern. No outside leaks, no inform, no none of that. None of that. I ran the show. And my partner and my teacher in crime was my old man. I call him Duda. Okay? But he was enjoying the ride. He had a ride of his life. He got a chance to live all over again. Now he had his time. He had his time. Okay? And did a good job. But he riding off of my time now. You on my back. Okay, I'm the horse you riding. And we did all right. He let me know, man, I had a hell of a run. Yeah, okay. But my old man taught me the streets, street life. And I learned and I lived it well and enjoyed it. I enjoyed the streets. Love the street, look like prison. Okay, so I had to make that decision. I made it real quick. But drugs at that time was my way of making that money fast and continuously until what? Till they came and got me. It's all good till that one day. You wake up that one morning, all of a sudden, everything changed. Okay, that's when you become an OG. You about to do some time. And back in my day, the motto was, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Criminals went to jail. We was criminals. So part of the course was to go to jail. I didn't know that until I went and said, well, you know what? I ain't playing this game. Why? I ain't trying to go to jail again. So I got out the game. That's the point I'm trying to show you. And I raised my son, and he ain't a drug dealer. He's a good kid, good man. Why? I made sure that I did my job as a parent. You ain't doing this. I did this. This ain't good. Moving on. All right. But being an OG back in my day, it meant that you played the street game, the hustle game, and you paid your dues. And most of us mean what? That meant going to prison. The man who goes and come back, when he come back, he's mad. Back in my day, going to prison was like the graduation. Like my man Mike Epps mess with these young kids right there. Dude, leave people alone. Why? That's part of the lifestyle. That's their life. Again, if you ain't about that life, you don't really understand it. You talk about it, you hear about it, but you don't know about that life. And y'all who don't know, shut the hell up. Why? Let the people know. Talk. Cause y'all messing the damn game up. The game is really messed up. No, the game's still the same. Suckers come in thinking they can get rich. Yeah. Why? I'm a product of my environment. I was raised in the game. That's all I knew at early age. That's all I didn't know but one thing. Like my pastor said, I asked him, are you still with that Bible of the Lord? Somebody said, brother, right? That's all I know. When I was coming up, illegal stuff was all I knew. Can't fault me for that. Okay, I just went with it. Felt natural and it was cool. And I just went with the flow. Product of my environment. Moving on. But back in my day, all the OGs did time. That's how you get your rap. Just come home. Yeah, just come home. Yeah, I've been down. I'm in 5 years. Back in my day, you kill a guy and come home in 5 years. And you be the man. Now, my dude, he'll kill the guy in 10 years. He come back to another guy. He don't care. I mean, that's how the hood was. When I come up, we was doing what we did. And that's called the game. If you doing this, all bets is off. Why? Ain't no rules. Y'all done flipped it. Ain't no rules in the game no more. Y'all snitch, y'all tell, y'all drop it. Man, the game has been destroyed. But again, y'all still play. I see it. I'm back in my neighborhood. I just laughed to myself, said, yeah. Remember they had a commercial with the Indian still on the highway and people throwing trash out. He felt bad. Why? Because they come a long way from how it used to be. I come to my corner of my house, my neighborhood, sit there, almost go to tears. Why? Well, this used to be, my neighborhood used to be rocking. It's dead. It's dead. So yeah. Thinking back to the old times. But I lived the life of crime. I grew up in the crime game. Okay? I still think like a criminal. I just don't do criminal stuff. I just use it for a more noble and glorious purpose. I use my breaking tools, my thinking ability to do something good and productive. Not wicked, slick, and bad. I ain't doing that. Now I'm on this side. Can't find a friend. Moving on. That's another lesson. But if you can't do some time, you should not commit the crime. Why? That's what's going to happen when you get caught. If you're a criminal, jail shouldn't be a deterrent for you. Why? You don't give a damn. That's why you're a criminal. Once I went to jail, I no longer want to be a criminal. Why? I don't want to go to jail. Simple as that. I can't do the time. I can't do no more crime. Well, I don't want to do no time. That makes more sense to continue on. And then my man tell me, I can't go to jail. Nigga, you the crookest person I know. Everything you do is wrong. You get caught, you don't want to pay your consequences. See? It's self-defeating in the game. To get caught cheating. Because why? You might not want to pay them dues. And most people, when it's time to pay up, they don't want to. I willingly took mine on the chest like the man. Okay, when I'm done with this, I'm done with y'all. Damn the game. Okay, and you too. Okay, moved out of his house and everything. Why? I wasn't doing that no more. Moving on. All right. But again, I played the game and I had a good time. I loved the game. I just do like the consequences. So you gotta make that decision. My decision is avoid the consequences. Don't do that. Same thing I taught my kids. The same thing I teach. I had to live by. Start doing that. I hear all these wannabe OGs telling a bunch of lies and swatting flies and war stories about what they did or how they did, knowing they lying. What? I don't get that. Why you gonna lie? Everything I say, I got witnesses. I got proof. I tell you, I'm on stage with George Clinton, Madison Square Garden. Oh, you in there? I got 100 people was there with me that I bought. Okay, I ain't just throwing smoke. I can't stand liars who tell war stories that they didn't really compete in. They really didn't fight. Everybody come home from the war, they got a story. Ain't seen no battle. Ain't seen a damn thing. Ain't never had a gun to their head. They had a gun in their hand. Ain't fired a gun. But they gangster. OG means original gangster. I carry the gun. I'm going too that far. Stop. Don't incriminate yourself. Tell me what you did. I ain't going that far. But yeah, that's what the G means. That original gangsters. Now y'all a bunch of perpetrating gangsters. Ain't nothing gangster about y'all. Gangsters were hardcore. They was hardcore. Moving on. Y'all soft as newborn baby turds. And babies don't even make turds. Why? They drink milk. So y'all ain't even got a turd in you. You just watery. You just soft. That's what we call y'all. Moving on. Sorry. Get back out the game. I can tell you about the game. I see guys come home from prison and getting views afterwards. They're telling war stories about prison. Why? Yeah, that's fascinating, y'all. Y'all love that. I said, I'm not doing that, but I'm doing it right now. Why? My views are down. Maybe I can get my views up. No, but there's always a message in my lesson. That's why I do it. But my purpose is, yeah, y'all like that. Y'all like that. I ain't got a problem with that. That ain't my thing. Been there, done that. Okay, got the years to prove it. All right. Where we at? Okay, where was that? Okay, yeah. I hear all you wannabes telling war stories. Stop. Just stop. God dog it. I had a hell of a run, as my man said, on his deathbed in my street drug dealing days. But being true to myself always, that's what P-Funk meant. I'm going to always be the same dude. I'm that same dude underneath. But on top, I'm the new dude. I'm the sage. I'm the OG who changed his life over to become what? A wise man. Now I give life advice. Y'all ain't trying to hear that. I sold you drugs. You love me. I'm giving life advice. Yeah, you're not trying to hear that. That's cool, but some people do. Just like the suckers in the new game. The new suckers in the old game. The new suckers, same old game, but they gonna play and get what other guys before them got. Jail time or death. There's two things you're gonna do in the drug game. Die or go to jail. Make a lot of money, yeah, but those are two things to know. I don't want neither one of them. Moving on. So that's why I got out, retired. A lot of OGs don't retire, they die. Why? They stay in the game too long. It cost them their life. And again, I didn't raise my son to be an OG. No. I wanted him to be better than me. A good man. Okay. But that gangsters die. They don't live long. Okay, that's what they say. The OGs are what? The ones who survive the game. Jesus Christ. See, y'all don't know nothing about the game. Y'all have no clue about the game. Because y'all perpetrating and they telling y'all a bunch of people tell you about the game, don't know the game either. Ain't but one dude out there that I respect, gangster on the street, that's 50. Why? Everybody know I'm on the streets. Street cred is better than anything else you got. I can walk anywhere in my town and know it. Okay? Mention my name. Oh, yeah, okay. That's when reputation meant something. Okay? I had to change my name. Why? I didn't want everybody calling my name out in the street game. I had to go P-Funk. I know my real name. Your government name. When the police pull you over, what's your government name? What's your alias? They know on the streets, they call you something different. Man, I know the name Pookie. Pookie what? I don't know, just Pookie. They call me P. If I'm dealing with you back in the day, my name is P. That's all you're going to get. So you weren't telling me his name was P. Who the hell is P? That's the concept on the streets. Moving on. And the police know that too. They ask you what's your alias, what you go by. All right, wrapping it up. Again, this is a lesson about the game. That it's not a good game. Okay, be my guest. Have at it. Okay? But I can tell you from experience, it ain't gonna end well. Moving on. All right. I didn't raise my son to be OG. I held him accountable to do what he needed to do. Now he's doing his thing. Now, if what? I'm a real OG. I'm that one who played the game and survived to tell you about it. I ain't in the game to brag about the game. No, I'm out the game. I've been done the game. That game stuff. My man Ice-T. Know his streets. From now, he can bring that to help the young kid. I know his intentions. I ain't got a problem with him. But, dude, they're going to take it the wrong way. They're going to be like Goldie. My name in college, man. I went to the University of Tampa in 1975. My name was Goldie. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay? Yeah. Been there, done that. Superfly. Priest. All that not. I played that game. Okay? Every time I see the movie, I just go back and just laugh and reminisce. Okay? Why? I used to be one of them guys. See? Those who was in, no. Those who was out, want to tell everybody they was. They wasn't. Moving on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My son is never going to be an OG. Street dude. Why? He's his own new OG. Okay? What? Good men doing the right thing. That's the new OGs. Okay? Not drug dealers. No. All OGs, I told my son to be a hustler, just not drugs. Okay? Hustle in life. Make a thought. We manifest and hustle it and make it pay off. That's right thinking. I did it with drugs. It worked. That works even better with the truth now. So I just ain't making that money. I know I don't need for that nonsense, but I'm happy and I'm helping other people make themselves happy by knowing themselves. This is what I do for you. Let me get this over with. I got to get to the gym. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Look at that. I hustled all my young adult life up until I was 26 years old. I was a crooked dude from I came in this thing with that guy, okay? And his whole thing was to teach me everything he knew about the streets so I can survive. I'm not standing in the streets. But thank you for the lesson, my dude. And for running what? And working and making money what? Selling drugs. I used to take drugs and turn it to cash. Alchemy. I was a chemist a long time ago. I had honors chemistry in high school. Okay. But again, life lesson. You learn, educate yourself, and then you're able to make better decisions. Once I decided I didn't want to live that life no more, my life changed what? For the better. I hustled all my young life, yeah. But I became what? What the hell? Oh, I became a real OG after what? Yeah, after I changed my life. Now I can tell you about that life. I ain't living it no more. That's a hint. Retired, got out. Okay? Now I live right. I teach right thinking, philosophy. Why? So those can learn better and do better and be better for themselves. Hopefully we can change our community from drug infested to good people living together like a village, like we used to. But OGs, we teach about the street life. That's where the OG from. The streets. Acuna, according to dude, he wasn't an OG. He might want to tell you, man, back in my day, yeah, you was around and you saw it, but you wasn't in it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you about those guys. All right. But I'm OG, I was taught to run the street life. And as an OG with what? Now I'm an OG with what? Knowledge of self. I'm a threat now. I become what? A teacher of what? Doing things the right way and steering kids away from that what? That game that they love for y'all to play. Okay? That losing game that ripping off billions from the unsuspecting millions who program to think they can win at their hustle game. You ain't gotta take my advice. Moving on. Wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Let me take it on home. I'm still an OG. If I get dressed, they think I'm back in the game. Why? That's the way I look. That's my look. I ain't changed it. I'm not going to. I still an OG. I just give what real life lessons, not the street life lessons. I got them two for you, as I showed you right here. But those street life game may be taken the wrong way. So I want to make you know, doing the wrong thing ain't going to end well for you. Doing the right thing is the way to go. Oh, you a good guy now. Yep. I'm an OG. Good guy. Old good guy. What they say? I'm a girl. What the OG mean? Old guy. Yeah, call me old guy. All right. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I just want to get this out of the way, have some fun, and break a little lesson down for you. Stop chasing that paper for the wrong reason. If you think drugs and making fast money drive a big car, you can rap, you sing it down. I don't care, but stop doing it illegally. Do it where you can at least show it. I couldn't show none of mine. Everything I did was on the low. So that's another lesson about young people. The OG become the wise man. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus that day. So I never knew the right thinkers who understand the OG become the wise man and passed away.